Alright. Hey, what's up, guys? Just chill. So, I can't talk. Oh, wait. I don't know why I choose a name where I can't say it properly when I do my intro. Chilladex here. Welcome back to Tsukihime, piece of blue glass moon. Last time we left off having kind of gotten into a little bit of a spat with CL. Hey, Meridak. And, yeah, we, are off to meet Miss Noelle, because she sent us a message, like, hey, come meet up with us, me over, in this place, don't tell CL, and it's like, I feel like this isn't gonna go well, because Noelle, last we saw her was, you know, having problems. So, yeah, I have a feeling this is not gonna go well at all. The abandoned factory outside of town that shut down a few years back. Administrative building, 4th floor. And that's where the message said to meet. I'm standing in front of a fire escape. This is a pretty sketchy meeting place, but I know I've got the right address. I shove all the doubts back down. It'd be stupid to leave now after coming all this way. No, I think you should leave, personally. Might as well head up the stairs. If Miss Noelle's not here, I'll just go home. I begin to climb the rusted stairs, careful not to make a sound. With the whole building having been abandoned, the stairs are in disrepair. I think that's the least of your worries, Shiki. I very much think that's the least of your problems. I gingerly put one foot in front of the other. Then... I hear something moving. Can't be the sound of the wind. Yeah, it would seem Miss Noelle's already here. The sound gets louder the further up I go. Before long, I reach the 4th floor. A metal door stands before me. My hand goes to the doorknob, which turns easily. It's unlocked. I hear the noise coming from within. Doesn't sound like normal footsteps, I'll say that. Definitely doesn't sound, normal. I open the door and peer into the room. I don't like this, POV we've got going here. It's dark, completely closed off from the outside. Naturally, there's no electricity, so all the lights are off. Naturally. But... Noelle? Deep inside, I see several flashes of light.
Noelle-sensei.
Shiki, it's not too late. You can always turn back. I call out before entering. Miss Noelle's voice cuts through the darkness. I guess this is the right place after all. Yeah. I guess it is. As I let go of the doorknob, the weight of the door causes it to close on its own. I squint my eyes in the dark. But before I even have a chance to wonder what's in the room, I instinctively cover my nose. What the hell was that? Noelle? A familiar stench assails my nostrils. The sticky floor squelches under my feet. I slip my knife into my sleeve for easy access and proceed toward the back of the room. And there... Noelle, what are you up to? Okay. At first, when it showed, like, the hands that were, like... I don't know, I thought it was her maybe mutated or something, but no. It's her doing torture, I guess? There I see. 2 vampires, each gagged and bound to a chair, their bodies twitching and convulsing. Okay, why did you call us here? Why did we need to see this? These 2 are the source of the stench. The noise I heard came from them smashing their heels against the floor in an attempt to ease their suffering. Kinda reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul, with Kaneki being, you know, tied to the chair and having his toenails ripped out and cut off, and yeah. Their feet are sizzling, you know, minus the magic with, you know, holding them in place. Yeah, you know. Sizzling, scorched by the light enclosing the chairs. Foam flows out from their gags and drips down their chins. An involuntary response to the pain of being burned alive. How long have they been roasting like this? The muscles around their throats are so taut from constant screaming that bone is showing through. Their writhing bodies are covered in blood. It pours out of wounds not only sustained from struggling against their bonds, but carved into them by a variety of instruments. That's great. Yeah. Blood and flesh splatter the floor and walls. The air in this room feels just like it did in those passages under the department store. In the middle of it all is Noelle, smiling from ear to ear as she looks down at the 2 men tied to the chairs. Yeah, no, she a crazy bitch. The thought of even asking what this is makes me sick. Instead, I implore the woman in front of me to explain through my gaze alone. I mean, I appreciate it, I guess, but, you know, you could have shown me literally anything else that would have been better. Should I? She didn't even have to ask. Oh, okay, those guys. Okay, she didn't even have to ask. I recognized them right away. The 2 tied to the chairs are the same 2 that led me below the department store. I mean, to be fair, they did pretty much exactly what we wanted them to, essentially. So, I mean, and also, why would you think that Shiki would? Okay. Soundproof, you say? But we heard. Okay, you know, whatever. Sure, yeah. All right, soundproof. She takes the gag off one of the vampires. The vampire makes a wet, guttural noise like a clogged pump spewing water. It coughs violently as it spits up the saliva and blood that was trapped in its mouth, then looks up at its captor. Its eyes are filled with neither hate nor bloodlust. Such defiance was a glimmer of hope that faded many hours ago. I think it's too late for begging, man. I'm sorry. Shiki might show you mercy, but the nun definitely won't. Okay, but you made other victims, so I mean, do you really have the right to ask for mercy when you showed none? It's nothing but a miserable wretch now. So weak, so fragile, it's barely one step away from death. It begs for mercy with every fiber of its being, prays desperately for life. Humans have a tendency to sympathize with the weak no matter the situation. They also possess the intelligence to judge the present independently of the past. The treatment of criminals is one example of this. No matter how great the atrocity committed, a powerless prisoner may be granted a chance at forgiveness and a new life. Denying them this mercy or allowing it as an act of human kindness is a right that belongs solely to the victims. You know, I think he's not okay. I'm gonna just go out on a limb here. This woman has no mercy. Yeah, no, nope. After listening to the weakling beg for its life, she begins her meticulous work, torturing it in accordance with the number of its pleas. She starts from the fingers, moving to the wrist, then the elbow, and finally the shoulder before switching sides. Once its other arm is gone too, she swaps out her tools and sets to work on its insides. No longer interested in cutting and crushing, she takes up tools for stabbing and burning. It's as though she's cooking! Never cook again. She's like a chef filleting a live fish, only with entirely different techniques and principles. A chef employs a measured technique to cut the fish without killing it, based on the principle that it should be kept as fresh as possible. But not this woman. For one thing, she has no technique to speak of. She's just going at it. The only reason her catch is still alive is because of its natural tenacity. Though it could be argued that she is driven by a certain culinary principle. Well, what principle is that? Please enlighten me. The goal. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I guess, yeah. Fair enough. She's processing it alive, leaving its vocal organs intact to the very end, just so she can savor its every scream. What? Don't close. Noelle? The screams stop before long. Not because it has died, but because its body no longer occupies the chair. The woman has taken the vampire's body apart piece by piece, leaving only the head alive. She stuffs all its parts into a 50-centimeter square box and shuts the lid. That's fucked up! The other vampire's face is twisted in horror, having watched it all from beginning to end. Or rather, having been forced to watch it all. What the fuck? Their eyelids have been removed, making it impossible for them to avert their gaze. Oh. That's a lovely image. Gusts of wind steeped in blood howl through the room. A desperate scream, no doubt a plea for life, spills out of an opening in its gag.
どう？この海底の吸血鬼に痛覚はないんだけど、特別にこいつらにも通じる道具でバラバラにしてあげてるの。
Oh, that's great.
とっ た一日の審問時間しかないんだもの。これぐらいはやらないとこの子たちに騙されて殺された人たちの無念は晴らせないでしょ。
Yeah, sure. All right, Yep, whatever you say. The woman takes her eyes off the vampire and approaches me, her every step accompanied by a squish. In her hand, she holds an antique tool resembling like a coping saw.
さあ、四季君もどうぞ。
I'm good, thanks. I you know.
これは洗礼済みの器具だから素人が使っても効能は発揮されるわ。切れ味は悪いけどその分頑丈で吸血鬼は触れた箇所から焼かれていくから返り血も出ない優れものよ。
You know, I appreciate the fact that you're trying to make this easy for him, but like, yeah, he's still human, right? You know, I don't think he's very interested in torture, personally, in my opinion.
いきなり首を切るのも悪くないけど、初めはやっぱり小指からの方が簡単だから。できるだけ苦しめて殺しちゃって。
Do we want to kill it as painfully as possible? I don't. You know, you have problems, lady. She offers me the saw. Okay. Save. And, you know what? Let's see what happens. Follow her lead. This is poetic justice.
何？やっぱりシエルさんと学生ごっこやってる四季君には荷が重い？
No, I just agreed. What do you mean? She derides me and eggs me on in one breath. Anyway. He sounded very, dead there. My own indifference catches me off guard.
そう？その割には嫌そうな顔してるけど。
I mean, you know.
嫌ですよ。面倒事なんだから。
Okay. I walk towards the chair to which the once human creature is bound. I almost said forceps, but hold back the urge to play surgeon.
はい、どうぞ。やり方わかる？教えてあげましょうか。
I think he's got it.
先生のやり方見ていました。
Yeah, even Noelle is like, what the hell is happening here?
最終的にその箱に入れればいいんですよね。
Yeah, I guess. The eyeballs desperately looking up at me could pop out of their sockets at any moment, praying to be saved. There's no saving you, man. I'm so sorry. Begging for mercy. On the verge of exploding, they plead with me, shedding tears as they swear to do whatever I ask. I understand that feeling, given the situation. That same look was all over the place in that morgue beneath the department store. They knew no rescue would come. They knew they would never be human again. Yet for as long as their intelligence remained, they continued to look for a hope that didn't exist. But anyway, I wonder if this thing remembers my face. Yeah. Maybe it would give mercy if it remembered, or no, probably not actually. No, actually, you know what, that's probably, probably overly, hopeful for them. I dropped the saw to the floor. The creature's pupils shrink as if a light's been No, he's just gonna use a more, effective method of cutting, I assume? The creature's pupils shrink as if a light has been shone upon them.
あなた
Yeah?
だって時間の無駄でしょ。
Yeah, waste of time. Oh. I take off my glasses and draw my knife. I glide my knife smoothly through the neck of the being bound to the chair. I mean, you were there in the like tomb, Noelle. You saw what he could do somewhat. You know he's no slouch. Retribution, requiem, condemnation. It all seems so unnecessary. Acting in response to the past is far too human. If one decides to kill, then one should simply kill. Unlike this woman, I don't have such energy to spare. To think about the future, I must be detached from the present. Yeah, Now, is she afraid, or is it getting her going? I can't discern what those little gasps, what those gasps were meant to mean. I hear the woman's breath coming from behind me. At first, it was filled with revulsion towards my work, but that has been replaced by admiration.
不祥不祥だったのは道具に不満があったからです。先生の趣味に文句があったわけじゃない。
That's okay. It's good. More precisely, I don't have much of an opinion on it.
あとはこれをしまえばいいんですよね。
Yeah.
先生、やってくれますか？
Yeah.
やるやる任せて
Oh yeah, that definitely got her going. That's great. Yeah, you two deserve each other. Now, okay, look, I know I'm the one that made the choice, but like, I mean, this is okay.
うわ何これすごい頭蓋骨そのままなのに脳丸ごと出てるうわ心臓止まってるのになんでまだ脳生きてるの
Because he didn't kill the brain, I guess. I wonder if he should consider himself lucky or unlucky that I didn't see any lines on his brain. Yeah, you know,
じゃ
both.
あ、俺はこれで。
待って下にシャワーあるから使って汚れ取っていって
I don't think he cares, to be honest.
私もここ片付けたらすぐ行くから
What are you, wait, huh? Noelle, what are you, okay. Perhaps it's because I was too efficient, but the malice in her has dissipated. She's gone back to the woman I know as Noelle. You know, I read that as her wanting to, like, get in the shower with him. I don't know why. But I must say, when all is said and done, that wasn't such a bad experience. Oh, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. We leave the building and go down to the sunlit alleyway. The moment I breathe in the outside air, I feel my normal self return. My feelings had turned to ice in there, though I'm still not quite sure why. Maybe the air inside the factory shut off my ability to reason like a decent person.
使徒と戦うってことがどんなことなのか ちゃんと教えておこうと思って。
Yeah, no, I think we got it.
ほら、保健室で四季くん、シエルさんの意見に文句がありそうだったから、それでピンときたの。あなたは私と同じで、吸血鬼から町を守りたい人なんだって。
Yeah, I guess so.
なら、お互いの心情は知っておくべきじゃない？
Yeah, no, sounds good. I mean, protecting the town from vampires. I have no objections to that, though I'm not sure where it falls on her list of priorities. But her excessive methods, which I just took part in, give me pause.
俺の心情は単純ですよ。知ってしまったから無視できないし、先輩の助けになりたいだけです。
Do you think CL would approve of this, though, Shiki?
それより、ノエル先生は反対しないんですか？シエル先輩は、一般人は吸血鬼には関わらせないと言っていました。
Well, I think it's becoming increasingly clear that you're not a regular person, and I think Noelle knows that.
なんで？吸血鬼を殺すのはいいことだし、特別な力があるのなら人々のために使うべきでしょ？
It's reasonable.
教会の代行者だからとか、普通の男子生徒だからとか、そんなの関係ないわ。私は四季君の勇気に拍手を送りたい気分だけど。
Yeah, no, I can tell by the blush. She's completely on board with looping me into their affairs. I thought the same thing back in the nurse's office, but the two of them seem to be at odds. CL tells me not to fight. Miss Noelle tells me I should. I'm starting to feel like I owe CL an apology. Comparing their opinions side by side, it's easy to see who's acting out of humane concern for my well-being. Yeah.
それにしてもシエルさんにも困ったものね。事態を一日でも早く収束させることが最善の手段なのに、四季君の協力を拒んだり、優先度の低い調査を始めたり、気が緩んでるんじゃないかしら。
I think she's just being cautious more than anything. I don't think it's losing her edge. Well, I guess maybe her being cautious in Noelle's eyes is losing her edge, maybe? I guess. I don't know.
ま、それも演技なんでしょうけど。あの冷酷な悪魔が、たった数日で変わるはずがないんだし。
You don't know that.
冷酷って、シエル先輩のどこが？
I'm curious about what she said, of course, but the way she's acting has caught my attention too. It's just a hunch, but I feel like there's truth hidden in her mumbling.
ほら、分かってない。あの子が誰にも優しい、底抜けの善人だとでも思っていたんでしょ？
Yeah, yeah, sorta.
ほんとバカらしい。あれはただの掃除屋で、人間らしい感情なんてありっこないの。いい意識くん。あの子の笑顔は全部作り物だから。その方が仕事を進めやすいからそうしてるだけで、君だって騙されているだけなのよ。
Well, I mean... To be fair, okay, you can't really ignore what Noelle is saying here, right? Because it's not like it's wrong from her point of view. Like, she's probably seen the same thing over and over and over again, right? In the case of Shiki, it's probably legitimate, though. But Noelle has no reason to believe that. Which... Yeah, it's really not like Noelle is lying or anything here. So... Yeah, it's... And the fact that she's not lying, at least as far as she knows, probably makes it all the more convincing for Shiki. But, well, we'll see. My body lurches forward unconsciously, but I can't refute her words. How can I defend CL when I just picked a fight with her earlier today?
あら、思うところがあったみたいね。君もうすうす感づいてたってこと？
Yeah, sorta.
ふーん。ちょっと脅かして様子を見るだけだったけど、そういうことなら私も踏み込んであげる。四季君、シエルさんのことを知りたいんでしょ？
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not interested.
あの子がどんな人間なのか、どうせあの子は話さないだろうから、特別に私が教えてあげる。
Okay. There's a hint of malice in Miss Noel's smile. Warning sirens go off in my head, telling me this isn't something I should listen to. Fighting against this impulse to know more about CL. But I can't resist. Seeming to enjoy the conflict she sees raging inside me, Miss Noel begins to tell me about CL's past.
私たち代行者は二人一組が基本だけど、狩りの成功率は高くない。大抵どちらかが死ぬか、両方とも殺されて終わりって世界よ。
I mean, it's a dangerous job, so I mean, it's to be expected.
もし10年以上代行者をやってるやつがいたら、そいつはそれだけで立派な異常者として扱われる。心が壊れているか、とっくに吸血鬼化しているのに隠しているとか、まあいろいろ陰口言われるわけ。
I can see that.
そんなひどい職場であの子は何体もの吸血鬼を殺してきた。どんなにひどい使徒が相手でも生き残る。どんなにずる賢い使徒が相手でも正体を突き止める。成功率は実に 100%。 ほとんど奇跡よ、こんなの。あの子が鬼子の扱いじゃなきゃ聖女認定されてるくらい。まあそれができたのはほんと単純な理由なんだけど、それはまた後で話すとしましょう。
I mean, I already know the reason, but yeah, Shiki.
代行者シエルの名前は人たちにも知れ渡ってる。13歳で代行者になった吸血鬼狩りのエリート。代行者になってからもひたすら使徒を殺し続けて、ついには埋葬機関にまでスカウトされた。吸血鬼を殺すためだけに生きてるマシン。君も見たでしょ？ブローブなんて怪物と渡り合っていた、もう一人のモンスターの姿を。
Shiki considered that to be beautiful, her fighting. I feel compelled to deny what she's saying, but I can't stop the story here. And strangely, although Miss Noel is describing CL as a monster, her voice doesn't sound condescending. If anything, it's filled with reverence.
ああ、埋葬機関っていうのは私たちにとって、そうね、教会の中の治外法権。権力に近寄れない代わりに権力に縛られない、動く武器庫みたいなものと思って。ごく少数で組織された公安警察みたいな。埋葬機関は他の秘跡会と連携を取る局長と、その局長に管理される7人の代行者で構成されている。
Yeah, the big hitters.
本当は予備の代行者がもう一人いて、実践要員は8人いるらしいんだけど、大司教から自由行動の特権を許されたのは7人だけ。それ以上増やすのは危険と判断されたのね。
Interesting. I imagine that 8th executor will have some sort of relevance at some point.
局長ナルバレックを筆頭に集まった、それぞれが一つの秘跡界に匹敵する聖人のなり損ない。枢機卿ノイセオナトール・グランファテマ、司祭 アンドレイ・ゴット・ビバーク、シスターキアラ・キッショーイン。
It's not a coincidence that that sounds like Kiara Seshuin, right? There's no way that's a coincidence. Seshuin, Kishuin, like, that's okay. Different universe, so maybe that's literally meant to be the same person, but in this universe's version. Maybe?
エクソシストミスター・ダウン。5人目は知らないけど、6人目が大公社アーガレオン。そして最後が私たちの知っているあの子。弓の称号を贈られた第7位、大公社シエルってこと。あの子は殺したわよ。私なんか比べ物にならないぐらい殺してきた。相手が女子供でも容赦なく殺してきた。
I mean, if they're, a monster, it's understandable, I guess.
大公社になってから吸血鬼狩りをしてない日はないんじゃないかってぐらいに。1日、1週間、1ヶ月。何の不平も不満もなく、あの子は淡々と仕事をこなしてきた。私が聞いた中で一番長かったのは、たった一人の使徒を殺すために1年間、その町の下水路に潜伏していたって話。
I mean, she does thorough work, doesn't give up.
その人は町そのものを監視できる異能があって、部外者や異常に敏感な人だった。で、あの子が選んだ手段は、排水溝からの侵入と潜伏。下水路すら使徒にとっては血管みたいなものだったけど、その血管の中を流れる汚物にまでは感覚が届かなかったのね。
So she was literally swimming through poop just to...
秘跡も魔術も使えば感知される状況だったから、あの子は黒剣のエオインに飲み込んで下水に入っていった。この国の整備された下水じゃない。汚物で詰まったヨーロッパの下水路で体を汚水に浸して顔だけを水面に出してギリギリの呼吸をして、ただ機会を待ち続ける1年間。
I'm finding this one hard to believe, to be honest. I don't know how much I believe this.
ほんと、想像するだけで寒気がする。この件ばっかりは吸血鬼に同情するわ。
Yeah, imagine getting killed by a woman covered in feces. Like, oh, okay.
町を完全に支配下に置いて、やってきた大公社も全員殺して、ようやく自由に闊歩できると安心しきった人が広場に踏み出した瞬間、下水溝の網の下から一撃で即死よ。
I mean, okay.
エビだってあの子の執念深さには尻尾を巻くわ。
Assuming that story is true, she's just very, very good at her job. Very, very, thorough.
私と
Never
組
gives
むの
up.
で、あの子はずっとそんな調子だった。
Okay.
わかる？吸血鬼を殺すことだけに特化した非人間。それがシエルなの。私たちと同じ。普通の人間だなんて思わない方が身のためよ。
Okay. Interesting how Noelle still hasn't talked about the reason why she's so good and has a 100% effectiveness. I'm still waiting for that. I had my suspicions, but CL's past is beyond what I could have imagined. It's natural that Arkwood hates CL, and that CL sees Arkwood as her enemy. But even so, I can't think of her as someone whose sole purpose is to kill vampires.
先輩のことは分かりました。でも、ノエル先生は
It's not important.
先生も大公社なら先輩と同じなんですか？
No, not really.
私が？冗談やめて。あんなのと一緒にしないで。私はいたって普通の人間よ。 あんな風に周りを騙せないし、割り切ることだってできない。
Something tells me that's not true. That's, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
そもそも、代行者としての才能がなかったの、私。修道院に3年入って、やっと半人前だった。
And then why
そ
are
れでも
you...
人並みには頭が回ったから、司祭様に取り入って、2年かけてやっと代行者になったの。
okay.
それから、2年ぐらい経った後かな。
You wanted
あの子と知り合ったの
those.
は。あの子は埋葬期間に入ったばかりで、相棒がいなかった。私は頼りになる相棒が欲しかった。
How did you convince her to... Okay.
ほら、あとはわかるでしょ？同郷のよしみもあったし、私たちは晴れてチーム成立。それから5年。あの子の活躍のおかげで、私はまだ生き延びてる。
Okay, so... You rely on her to keep you alive, essentially. But... You basically shit talk her all the time. Or no, you know, well, not really shit talk, because again, like he said before, he heard like reverence in her voice and not condescensions, but she still calls CL a monster, like, on the regular, so I mean... Hold up. Stop right there. I heard a few questionable things throughout her story, but this set my alarm bells ringing. Oh yeah, the time. He's like, wait a minute. It started at 13, and now you've been together for 5. Like, what do you? Yeah, that probably Yeah, no, the ages aren't adding up, huh, Shiki? That's not adding up. Did she just say 5 years?
ちょっと待ってください。
Yeah.
先輩と5年も一緒だったんですか？
Mm-hmm.
そう言ったつもりだけど。
Yeah, care to elaborate?
私たち、5年来の師弟関係だもの。
でも、それじゃ。
Mm-hmm. She, feels, older than she looks. A little bit. A little bit. How do I put this?
年齢が合わない。でしょ？
Yeah.
当然よ。あの人、あの時から年を取ってないの。
I plant my feet firmly, fighting the urge to pass out from shock. She hasn't changed in 5 years. Longer than that. I can't tell if that's the truth or a lie. I can't even tell what about the 5 years has me so dumbfounded.
そんな。それじゃあ、まるで。
Mm-hmm.
そう。吸血鬼と同じよね。でもあの子は吸血鬼とは違う。だって完全な不老不死なんだもの。
Yeah, she quite literally built different. My breath catches in my throat. True immortality? That's insane. Miss Noel has to be lying. Not even vampires have been able to achieve that.
いいえ。あの子は本当に何をやっても死なないのよ。
Mm-hmm.
殺しても蘇る。体が燃え尽きて灰になっても元通りになっている。何が起きてもあの姿のまま生き続ける。あの子はね、分類的には吸血鬼なのよ。私たちと違って一つの命にすがっていない。だから死を怖がらず、目的を達成するまで永遠に走り続ける。
Even if her target is a million times stronger than her, she just has to wear him down. Well, okay, well, a million times is a bit crazy, but even if her target's like 3 times stronger than her, she just has to wear him down.
成功率 100% の理由ってこういうこと。簡単でしょ？あの子に狙われた吸血鬼はもう絶対に逃げられないんだから。
Yeah, she'll just keep going until she finally gets him.
じゃあ、ノエル先生とシエル先輩は？
そう。私が弟子で、彼女が師匠よ。さっきのやり方だって あの人の真似事。いえ、
But,
あの人の手札はもっと凄惨かな。
I mean, we haven't seen anything that gruesome from her. But I mean, you know, again, she wouldn't in front of us, to be fair. So I mean, yeah.
大抵の拷問は体験済みだから、やられるのもやるのも寒気がするほど上手なのよ。分かってくれた？代行者シエルは吸血鬼と同じ化け物なんだって。
Yeah, so you better count your blessings. She hasn't, you know, decided to be evil and, you know, murder the church. You know, that'd be, yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
人のことを何とも思っていない殺戮者。でも吸血鬼を殺して回る分だけは生きていていい権利がある。
This seems to be the point Noelle was building up to. I claw at my chest, spurring my lungs back into action. I can't believe myself. What does it matter what kind of person CL is, or if she's really immortal or not? I'm furious that I let Noelle's words get under my skin.
今にも倒れちゃいそうね、四季君。
I mean, you've dropped some bombs on us, you know, metaphorically.
やっぱりショックだった？
頭にくるぐらいショックです。それより、なんだってこんなことを話す気になったんですか？
Probably. Oh, I guess he wasn't done. He started to talk.
そうだけど、
Whoops.
あなたの考え違いを正してあげたかったの。
Okay.
私が言うのもなんだけど、助けてもらったからって簡単に心を許しちゃダメよ。あの人だってあなたを利用しているだけなんだから。
Only using you, yet she's actively trying to get us to butt out. Like, what? Okay. No. I know that's a lie. CL isn't using me. She never has. I'm the one who wanted to help. She's always looked out for me. Not once has she ever asked me to do anything.
そうなんだ。意外ね、それ。まあ、仮にそうだとしても、始まりが不正なのは変わらないわ。
That's true.
四季君、あの人に暗示をかけられていたことさえ気づいてないんだから。
No, yeah, that's fair. We have been, we were deceived at the start. That's true. Her words freeze my thoughts.
暗示。
This time I'm really going to pass out.
そうよ。あの人は自分に好意を持つように四季君を操っていた。嘘だと思うなら思い出してみなさい。あなたはいつからシエルと知り合いなの？あの子を先輩と呼ぶようになったのはどんなきっかけだった？
You know, you're actively like... I really don't get Noelle's game here. Like, what does she gain from driving Shiki? From trying to drive Shiki away from CL? Like, really? When did we meet? I don't even have to try to remember. CL is a third year at my school, and I've known her since I was a first year. Have you? Since I was a first year? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have no memories of spending time with CL at school. The first memory I can recall is on the train. Yeah, now that I think about it, when did I meet CL? I don't even know which class she's in. Thank you, Tono-kun. Her words, that smile. That's all it took for me to think that I'd always known her. Yeah, unfortunately, Wei. One thing in particular gives me a feeling of unease. Everyone called her CL like it was the most normal thing in the world. How did no one ever question a name like that?
ほら見なさい。私だって赴任して仰天したわ。いくら筆跡に耐性のない一般人でも100人200人に暗示をかけるなんて並大抵の魔力量じゃないも
I
の。
mean, she does have crazy mana supplies. So, I mean...
さすがは第7位ってところかしらね。それとも暗示だからこれだけのことができたのかしら。暗示は所詮暗示。印象の操作に過ぎないものね。記憶そのものをいじる洗脳とは違うんだし。
Yeah,
四季君たちはきっとシエルを疑問に思わないということだけを刷り込まれていたんでしょうね。
that's right. I did feel like something was off at first, but those doubts faded the more I saw her. Anywhere she went, it felt completely natural for her to be there. That's what was so distinctive about CL.
でもそれは
Is impossible? That doesn't mean she was lying to me. Doesn't it though? She had... I mean, I guess, but it was still a lie, technically.
俺たちを危険にさらさないために黙っていただけでしょ。
ええ、一般生徒にはね。でも四季君はもう違う。あの地下を知った以上、暗示は解いてあげるべきだった。
Well, she was planning to wipe our memory of that event, but yeah, after like, yeah, the next, yeah, no, she should have lifted it. That's that, that's true.
それに、教えてあげるべきことを黙っているというのは思いやりになるのかしら。知られたら都合が悪いから黙っているだけじゃないの
？Noelle, you're making too much sense right now. I need you to stop. Stop making sense. I have no arguments left. All I can do is look down and breathe deep, like I'm sticking my head in the sand.
これで分かったでしょ。あの人がいい子ちゃんに見えるのは全部演技なんだって。ええ、演技でなかったら今までの冷酷ぶりは何だったっていうの。
Noelle, are you feeling jealous? I hear footsteps treading on grass. Lifting my head up, I see that she's made her way to the exit of the courtyard.
話はこれでおしまいよ。そろそろあの人もここを見つけるだろうし、四季君と密会していたなんて知られたら何をされるかわからないわ。
Yeah, no, that probably wouldn't be good for either of us, huh?
最悪、四季君と私、もう用済みだからって消されるかも。そもそも四季君は知っちゃいけないことをたくさん知っちゃったし、なんであれ、証拠隠滅はしなくっちゃね。
I don't think she would go that far, right? Right?
証拠隠滅って何を？
そう、それはこれからの行動次第よ、四季君。
What do you
あの子の機
suggest?
嫌を損なわないよう、あの子に見逃してもらえるよう、せいぜい頑張ってみれば。ま、仕事が全部終わった後はいつも通り。
No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't, right? Right? No, totally. Right? I feel an indignant impulse to protest flare up within me. That's not how things will end. Even if CL has to keep everything quiet, she said she'd only erase my memories. It's a little bit late for that, though. But I wonder, could she really erase everything that's happened this week? And nothing else? Didn't she say it was only 24 hours that she could erase? Maybe a little bit more, but not...
そうそう、そういう顔してもらわないと危険を冒した甲斐がないわ。
What was it now?
それじゃあね、四季君。今日の話をちゃんと胸に留めて、私みたいに 何もかも台無しにされないよう気をつけて。
So this was you holding a grudge, huh? Because she was trying to get you out of the way? Okay. Yeah, okay.
待て。
Honestly, that petty vindictiveness is justified, to be honest. I can't really blame her. I call out for her to stop, but it's already too late. The woman who summoned me into another world laid the truth on me and left with a smile on her face. Oh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I feel uneasy, like a spider has taken up residence inside my skull. Shaking my head to clear away the webs, I leave behind the factory and its walls dripping with red. Oh, just going back to the house like nothing happened. Okay. Hey,
お帰りなさいま
V6.
せ、四季様。
Hi, Hisui. We, totally not mentally scarred over what just happened. Nope, definitely, definitely not. Oh boy.
ただいま翡翠。ごめん。ちょっと
Oh
頭
yeah,
が痛い
slight headache. Yeah, okay.
少しだけ休むから夕食になったら呼びに来てくれ。
Hisui's come to greet me, but I give her a curt response and go straight to my room. That caught her attention. Locking the door as I enter my room, I sit down on the bed and finally calm down. I had a huge fight with CL, then witnessed that gruesome scene at the abandoned factory. CL told me to stop seeing Arkwid, and Miss Noelle told me not to trust CL, that she was only using me to help her kill vampires.
なんだそれ。悩むまでもないじゃないか。
Nothing to okay, nothing to worry. Not really.
先輩が俺を利用して
Okay.
アルクエイドとのことであんなに怒らないはずだ。
Nothing in this particular, as far as this particular. Well, I mean, there's the whole mesmerized thing. Yeah, it's. You know, I mean, she definitely is lying to you. You shouldn't ignore that part of Noelle's whole spiel, but yeah, sure. She always puts my safety above hunting vampires, and still I didn't listen to her warnings and hurt her with my thoughtless words.
分かってる。先輩は悪くない。悪いのは頭に血が上った俺の方だ。
Yeah, no, she was willing to listen. She was, you know, pushing back, but whenever you would start talking, she would listen, and you kind of went off on her. How pathetic I am. If I wanted her to trust Arkwid, I should have been more patient. Tried to mediate between the two of them. I like CL. Respect, friendship, attraction. I have so many different feelings for her. This is the first time I've longed so dearly for someone to be happy. If I didn't have anemia, I'm sure I'd have asked her out by now. What is the anemia? Okay. Yet at the same time, I feel just as strong. I guess in like extreme cases of anemia, like high emotion situations where you're like blood starts pumping, it can maybe cause problems, I guess. And like asking someone, okay, okay, yeah. Feels like a flimsy excuse, but yeah, okay. Yet at the same time, I feel just as strongly about Arkwid. My feelings for her come from a different place. I only lashed out at CL for saying the person with that beautiful smile was no more than a lowly vampire.
なんだそれ。筋が通らない。
Damn it. I never knew I was this kind of person. I've come to terms with how I feel about CL, so why am I still hung up on Harkwood? Is it because of those feelings that I didn't want to hear her say that? Getting kinda dark. This time I sighed deeply, letting out every bit of frustration. The sun has already set. In a few hours, it'll be time to meet up with Arkwood. Leaving my own question unanswered, I lay my tired body down in bed until Hisui comes for me. It's odd that she hasn't already, I would think. Oh, okay, no, I guess everything's fine. I go back to my room after eating dinner. Assailed by a twinge in my head, I breathe deeply to let the dizziness pass. I've been getting headaches a lot lately from taking off my glasses and looking at the lines too much. Even in this, the consequences of hunting down vampires is apparent. CL's right. I shouldn't be going out at night. I know that full well, but... Nah, going anyway. Got it. It's almost time to meet Arkwood. Whether to continue our hunt or to end it is not a decision I can make on my own. Seeing her again will help me figure this all out. If I conclude that my relationship with Arkwood has to come to an end, so be it. That's gonna go well. Yeah, no, you do have to make a choice. Even if it leads to other awful things happening. I give my clothes a once-over and turn off the lights in my room. After making sure my knife is in my pocket, I head to the park where Arkwood is waiting. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I slip out the front gates undetected. The road in front of the Tono mansion sees little traffic, and I'm probably the only one who walks down it. It's especially quiet tonight, with people going out less because of the serial killer. Most lights in the residential area I can see below are already out. It's not even 10 yet, but the silence makes it feel like 1 in the morning. This isn't ominous at all. The wind has a bite to it now that the end of October draws near. Fall will be over in no time. I idly wish for everything to come to an end before winter freezes the world over. I walk along the path outside the mansion. Going down this hill will put me in a residential area. If I were going to school, I'd head southwest from the residential area towards the shopping district. The station is just past it. Once I popped out of the south exit on the other side, I'd be at school in 10 minutes. I'm going to the park tonight, so I won't need to go through the city. I'll just keep heading south past the elevated railway that splits the town in two. I have a little less than 15 minutes till 10 PM. And better hurry. The roads will be dark since I'm skipping the shopping district, but it's the quickest way to the meeting spot. And then I see a silhouette by the mansion's perimeter wall. Hi. This is that's awkward. We totally weren't doing anything. A girl wearing a nun's habit. She casually leans against the wall like she's here to see me off rather than to stop me. Oh, you know, convenience store? And I stopped dead in my tracks. CL's eyes are cold. Her voice is devoid of emotion. I thought I would look for her at school tomorrow, but she's come for me. A golden eye? Is it? Is it a golden opportunity, really? The golden opportunity has fallen into my lap, but I can't look CL in the eye. I wish I could apologize right now and patch things up. But before I do that, I have to figure something else out. How do I feel about Arkwid? I can't talk to CL until I know the answer to that.
先輩、俺は。
言い訳は聞きません。今こうしていること自体が
Okay.
あなたの心情を表していますから。
Let him talk.
まったく。あれだけ言ったのに彼女のところに行くって言うんですね、遠野くんは。そんなに吸血鬼がいいんですか？
You know him well enough to know
も
that's
しや
not
永遠
it.
の命とか、そんな甘い見返りを夢見ていますか？
Come on, you're being ridiculous.
No.
CL lets loose an uncharacteristically scathing jab. Eternal life, the alluring prospect of immortality for one who is bitten by a vampire and turned into a dead apostle. But in the end, it's no different from being human. If they don't eat, they die, and they can obviously be killed. In light of everything I've been through, I know that all too well. Not to mention that I...
そりゃ夢には見るでしょ。誰だって死にたくないし、先輩みたいに強くなりたいし。はい、そうですよ。丈夫な体になれるなら、俺、アルクエイドのものになってもいいんです。
huh? Well, honestly, CL, fair enough. What? Shiki?
遠野くん、何言ってるんですか？そこはそんなわけないだろ先輩。マッチのためにやってるんだぜって返すものでしょ？
Buddy, what are you...
もちろんです。で、あんな挑発をして、そういう反論を期待してたんですね、先輩。
Yeah, I guess so. So that's how it is. If I had told her what she was expecting to hear, she'd already have me beat.
今夜だけは先輩の言うことは聞けませんから。でも、作動室でのことは反省しています。これが終わったら、話を聞いてください。
Okay, yeah, at least he got his apology out. That's good. I walk past CL without looking at her. It's not much of an excuse, but meeting with Arkwid takes priority right now.
そうですか。そこまで覚悟ができているのなら、私からは何もありません。
Anything else to say, but what about action?
作動室の件も気にしないでください。遠野くんは間違ったことは言っていませんでしたから。
Huh? Her voice comes at me from behind. It no longer carries any intent to stop me from going to see Arkwid. I see. She's thoroughly fed up with me now. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
俺、行くから。
Oh, this isn't good.
はい。どうぞ遠野くんのお好きなようにしてください。
That will! I can only hear her voice. But I keep walking away from the mansion, unable to look back. She's totally gonna follow us and give Arkwid a talking to. If not, assault her. Oh boy. Clop, clop, clop. Footsteps echo through the residential area. Not from the heavy plodding of a man, but someone lighter of foot. What's more, my sneakers aren't making much noise. Only something with a hard sole. Say, lace up. Oh yeah, I thought she was gonna discreetly follow us. No, she is straight up walking behind us. Oh boy. Okay, well then. Say lace up combat boots would make a sound like this. In fact, I'm sure of it. Okay, combat boots okay, yeah, those are heels. Like, I don't think those would be very good combat boots, but you know, what do I know? Yeah, okay. The clopping that's been following me all this time is definitely coming from a pair of boots. I stop walking. The footsteps stop too. What you up to, CL? Damn it. If I ignore her and keep going, we'll end up at the park in no time. I have to say something.
ですね、先輩。
Yeah. I spin around.
はい。なんでしょう。そこの健康不良少年くん。
You know what? We deserve that. You know, but it's fucked up.
不良でいいですけど。先輩の家ってこっちの方だったっけ？
Probably not.
いえ、全く違いますね。遠野くん、一度来たことあるでしょう。忘れちゃったんですか？
No, just checking.
覚えてます。忘れません。ちょっと確認したくなっただけです。もう曲がるところは通り過ぎたなって。
はい、正解です。大した記憶力ですね。私の家への曲がり道はズバリさっき通り過ぎました。
So, what's up? Well, what did you need? Did you need something, or? Right. I grin and reply. Yep. CL smiles back.
それじゃあ、俺はこっちだから。
はい、どうぞ、遠野くんのお好きなように。
Yeah, I will. CL beams from ear to ear. Holy. But despite her cheerful expression, I've got a really bad feeling about this. Oh yeah, no, that's this isn't gonna go well. That's just a fact. This is not it's not gonna be good. I take a deep breath.
どうしました？行かないんですか？
Yeah, just give me a minute. CL's question sounds so innocent. I take the opening and run off into the night. Oh yeah, she's definitely right behind you. You're not outrunning her. I'm going as fast as my legs will carry me, tearing through the city without looking back. I don't hear any footsteps coming after me, but I make a small detour as an added precaution. Oh yeah, no, she's on top of you, 100%. She's like on the building above you. CL will have a harder time tracking me in the bustling station area. I'll zip through the crowds and make it look like I'm heading to school, then rush back to the train tracks. Oh, it's adorable that you think this is gonna work, Shiki. And I've hit my limit. I'm almost to the park now, so I should be in the clear. Then CL. Why'd you stop, Tono-kun? Oh boy. Shoulders heaving, I finally stop and catch my breath. It looks like that worked. Did it? Did it really? I don't hear that rhythmic clop, so CL probably lost track of me and ended up somewhere else.
感心できませんね、遠野くん。誰もいないからといって、むやみに走り出すのはどうかと思います。
Cheeky. I mean, what'd you expect, really? A hand clamps down on my shoulder from behind. Like, she was definitely making noise on purpose when they were just walking to, like, I don't know, get his nerves going. Like, did he really think she couldn't be silent? He just heard that story from Noelle about how she literally stayed in the sewer for like a year. Like, I don't know, man. If he really thought he got away with just that, it's a him problem. I startle, leaping into the air like a frog.
なんでついてくるんだよ、先輩。
Why do you think?
なんでも何も遠野くん一人じゃ不安じゃないですか。遠野くんのようななんちゃって調査とは違う真に町の平和を守る者として当然の行為ですが、何か
You know, we can take care of ourselves, you know? CL lays it all out there. She must be upset that I tried to lose her. And this has made one thing clear, though. CL isn't going to let me go on my own. It won't be easy to say this, but... I actually don't know what the best choice here would be. I have to give it to her straight, or I'll try to keep my cool. I guess I will keep my cool, I suppose. And I'll do my best to stay calm. I can use what she said earlier to my advantage.
ちょっと待って。先輩、さっき俺の好きにしていいって言ってくれましたよね。
Yeah.
はい。どうぞ遠野くんのお好きなようにしてください。
Yeah, you can do what you want and she'll do what she wants, you know? I don't see what the big deal is. CL nods, smiling.
よかった。俺の幻聴ってわけじゃなかった。
No, why would you?
よし。それじゃあここでお別れです。これ以上ついてきちゃダメですからね。
Yeah, no, that's not gonna fly.
はあ、私、遠野くんについてきているわけではありませんけど。
いや、実際ついてきてるじゃないですか。
公園に用があるだけです。
Oh, so you already knew where we were going. You were just okay. Alright.
遠野くんがどこに行くのかは知りませんけど、行き先が公園でないのならここでお別れですね。
Nah, she got us. You know, I mean, you could have got. That was a more, you know, efficient way for you to go to the park, CL. You know, why'd you have to follow us in our little run around town if you're not following us? So this is what it's come to. I can't really argue with. No, you really can't. She's like, I'm going to the park. I don't know. And yet.
あ、もうそれでもダメです。公園にはアルクエイドがいるんですよ。
Yeah.
あいつなんでか先輩を敵視してるし、このまま合わせるわけにはいきません。
おや、私のことを心配してくれるんですか？
Both of you, really, but yeah.
心配なんかするに決まってます。俺は先輩とアルクエイドが争うところなんて見たくない。お願いですから、もうこれ以上ついてこないでください。
Yeah, no, it's a foregone conclusion, man.
なるほど、なるほど。そうですか。私の心配じゃなくて、彼女の心配をしているんですね。
Please. CL ignores me, taking my words in exactly the wrong way. Judging by her taunt, I get the feeling that she's enjoying this.
先輩、もしかして茶道室のこともさっきのことも、いやそれ以前に俺がアルクエイドと夜出歩いたこと自体ずっと怒ってたんじゃないですか？
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was obvious, but yeah. She smiles sweetly without saying a word. Oh yeah. She's angry, alright. There's no doubt about it. Behind that face lies a deep-seated grudge.
わかりました。全部俺が悪かったですね。
Yeah.
もっとちゃんと謝りたかったけど、こうなったら仕方ないです。作動室でのことは謝ります。あれは俺の失言でした。だから。
That's nuts.
だから帰ってくれ。なんて言ったら本気で怒りますよ、遠野くん。
No. Why would we say that? That's just crazy talk. We were just gonna say, please, listen, don't intentionally aggravate Arkwid when we get there, right? Yeah.
私たち今絶好中なんです。喧嘩してるんです。
Yeah.
私も拗ねているみたいですから、生半可なことじゃ素直になれません。
先輩。
ここで遠野くんが帰ってくれるのなら仲直りできるんですけど、それは無理だって分かってます。
Okay. The insane amount of guilt tripping here. Holy shit.
ですからこんな話をしていても無意味です。あなたが私に謝る必要もありません。私昼のことは気にしていませんから。私の仕事は吸血鬼を退治すること。今はそれを忠実にこなしているだけです。
先輩。
CL, you... Okay. CL ignores me and starts walking away. Her destination is none other than my meeting spot with Arkwid, the park by the south exit. Well...
待ってください。どうしてそんなにムキになってるんですか。
Gee, Shiki.
私ムキになんかなっていません。あなたの方こそ私と一緒にいると彼女に誤解されるんじゃないですか。
Speaking of, shouldn't she be here?
誤解って何がですか。
あなたは彼女が好きなんでしょ。なら彼女の敵である私と一緒にいるのは立場的にまずいと
He
思いま
likes
すけど。
both of you, which is the problem.
別に俺はあいつのことが好きってわけじゃ。
Uh-huh. Yeah? I can't bring myself to say that I don't like Arkwid. My attraction to her appears to be an undeniable fact.
もうほんと自分自身にも嘘をつけないんですね、遠野くんは。なんか正直すぎて参っちゃいます。
CL sighs, sounding equal parts exasperated and resigned. I don't know what feelings that sigh really contained, but her edge is dulled. She seems back to her usual self.
けど本当にここで別れた方がいいですよ。私たちは絶好中なんですし、こんなところを歩くエドに見られたら。
She'll...
見られたらどうなるのかしらね、シエル。
I don't know. That it's bad timing or great timing, depending on how you look at it. I turned toward the voice coming from behind me. Oh, that's bad. Standing there is a woman I have never seen. Her golden hair is bathed in moonlight. Her body is pale and beautiful, so pure that no corruption can draw near. Though she's a denizen of the night, she shines like the sun. But she's different. This is not the Arkwood I know.
アルクエイド
I quietly speak her name. The woman in white briefly flicks her eyes to me, then turns her focus back to CL.
遠野くん下がって。
No, I'm good.
なんとか隙を見て公園の外まで逃げてください。
Why does it have to be a fight with you two? Come on. CL whispers a warning as she steps forward. If she had told me to run from Arkwood before, I would have said she was overstating the danger. But right now, it sure looks like the best course of action. At the same time, I realize that it's impossible. Now let's calm down here, ladies. You know, we can talk about this, right? The air is unbelievably heavy. Arkwood's crimson eyes are dreadful. It's no exaggeration to say that everything in this park, from the trees to their leaves, is frozen under that gaze. And the tension I feel now is as stifling as when we faced down Vlov, if not more so. Instinct tells me my life is forfeit if I so much as take a single step.
驚いたもん。四季の声が聞こえたから来てみれば、まさかあなたが一緒だなんてね。
Yeah, it's a bit of a coinkydink.
何をしに来たのシエル。私に用はないと思うけど。
I imagine she's here to convince you to leave us alone.
ええ、あなたに用などありません。大事ならともかく、話をするなんて考えるだけでもおぞけが走りますから。
CL, please. Why must you be this way?
私は彼があんまりにも危なっかしいので指導をしてあげているだけです。どうも頭のゆるい吸血鬼にたぶらかされているようなので。
Okay.
指導が必要なのはそっちの体の方なんじゃない？余分な肉ばかりついて死に際のカバのよう。それともどんなに切り崩しても重さの減らない贅肉かしら。
Okay. Aside from her chest, she has like maybe 0.5% more body fat than you. Like, at most. Like, what do you like at the absolute maximum? Like Arkwood. Okay. You know what? Sure.
そっくりそのまま返しますよ。起きて殺すことだけがあなたの美点でしょうに。人間に助けを求めるなんてそんな余分はらしくありません。神祖の誇りとやらをどこかに落としたのですか？まあそんなもの実際あったかどうか疑問ですけど。
It's weird. It feels like the tension has eased slightly. That's good? Right? Maybe it's because the pressure enveloping the entire park has been redirected at CL alone. Not good. Actually, looking at them now, they almost seem like birds of a feather. Maybe they can talk things out? No.
つくづく勘に触る女ね。一度やられたぐらいじゃ物足りないってこと？あなたこそ手も足も出ずに地に落とされた恐怖がまだ拭えていないんじゃないですか？言ったわね、キャンズ。何よ、人のパートナーを横取りするつもり？
Well, I mean, we've technically known CL slightly longer.
ええ、
So, I mean,
状況次第では。彼が私を頼ってくれるのなら今すぐにでも。
Oh, I'm flattered. But I think we're good. The situation's about to boil over. The hostilities may not be focused on me, but I can't stand by and watch. Seal and Arkwood aren't kids, so it shouldn't come to blows. Still, as the person in the middle, I have to quell some of their bloodlust.
待ってくれ二人とも。なんか空気が不穏だ。
Okay, that's bad choice of words,
お互い目的
Shiki.
は同じなんだろう。
Bad
ならここは仲良く。
Bad choice of words.
遠野くんは黙っててください。
Yeah, no, you deserve that. Well, that didn't work. Based on the animosity in their glares, I'm guessing I've only added fuel to the fire.
真似しないでよ。式に呼びかけるのは私だけの特権なんですけど。
Says who?
呼びかける？今のが？せいぜい同活の間違いでしょう。鏡を見たことがないんですね。ああ、吸血鬼だから鏡に映らないんでしたっけ？
That's just a fucking fucked up jab. Coming at a would you call it a disadvantage of her species? I guess so. Anyway, it's kind of fucked up.
どこの迷信よ。鏡にぐらいちゃんと映るわ、私。
Oh, okay.
おや、そうでしたか。それは失礼。使徒ですら自分の姿を恥じて姿を映さないというのに、大した厚顔っぷりです。さすがは吸血鬼の大元、感服しました。ねえ、もしかして挑発しているの？あなた。
I think she is, yeah. You should get her ass.
まさか、これは挑発ではなく糾弾ですよ。
Ladies, nuts in your mouth. You know, why does everything have to be this way with you two? You know, it's like, you can just walk away. You know, pretend this never happened.
自分が
and be
何であるかを
fine.
理解しない愚か者に現実を教えてあげているだけです。
Oh boy. Oh no, it's not good. Arkwood's smile is beautiful yet horrifying. My fingers tingle with numbness. Every hair on my body stands on end. In a single breath, the park is frozen under the grinning portent of death. But even faced with that smile, CL does not back down.
いいわ。私からも最初で最後の勧告よ。式はあなたのことがそれなりに大事らしいから、今回だけは見逃してあげる。また殺される前に、今すぐここから消え去りなさい。
Very grown up of you, Arkwood. I applaud the fact you're giving her a chance.
驚きましたね。吸血鬼が人間の機嫌を伺うなんて。
Yeah, so you learn something new every day.
あなたなら人間なんて思い通りに操れる。
She could.
彼に協力させるならしもべにしてしまえばいいのに、なぜ魅了しないのですか、ハルクエイド。
No, I mean, well, that's a good question, actually.
あなたらしい品位に欠けた発想ね。式は私のパートナーよ。そんなことをしなくても私の手助けをしてくれるって言って。
I mean, you did sort of, when we first partnered with you, you did kind of threaten us and, you know, kind of play on our guilt over the fact that we killed you. But yeah, sure.
私を殺せる時でも私のそばにいてくれた。私が一人でいる時も式に会えると思うだけで時間は瞬く間に過ぎていった。当然でしょ。だって式は私の運命の人なんだから。
Where'd you get that, Arkwood? Where'd you get that? Wait, soulmate? What the hell is she talking about? Huh? Ciel's wordless judgment stings. She's staring me down, silently demanding to know what the meaning of all this is. I don't know, Ciel. Not that I have the answer to that. I'd like to know myself.
ふざけてるんですか、あなたは。何を言い出すかと思えば、よりにもよってオムファタルなんて。ふざけてなんかいないわ。四季の心も体も彼がこれから得る喜びも悲しみも死に伏せる権利さえ私のもの。
I feel I should take offense to this.
ええ、使徒の気持ちが少しだけ理解できたわ。人間の血を飲みたいとは思わないけど、四季の命は私以外の誰にも渡さない。
Thanks?
ちょっと待て。
I can barely squeeze a whisper out of my throat. I don't know their history, and evidently I can't stop the fight that's on the verge of breaking out. But even so, I can't ignore what Arkwood just said. She understands how a dead apostle feels? No way. I haven't known her for long, but I know that can't be true. That would mean she's no more than a vampire. Shiki, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. She is a vampire. A sexy one, but a vampire. I mean...
あなたまさか。さあ、どうかしら。あなたから私はどう見えるの、シエル。吸血衝動に飲み込まれて打点したように見える。
I mean, you may have. I don't know.
いいえ、真相が落ちたのならとっくに世界は裏返っています。あなたはまだ狂っても落ちてもいない。
Not fallen, but the crazy part is debatable.
つまり。つまり
That you're dead serious?
今の段階ならまだ間に合うということです。
What time to do what?
ええ、その通りよ、シエル。これは吸血衝動とは違う。だって楽しいわ。すごく胸が弾んでいるの。まるで春の野原のよう。
That's not a good thing, I take it.
以前あなたは私を愚かだと言ったわね。ロアに騙された世間知らずだって。本当にそう。四季に殺されるまでの私は本当に愚かだった。
Oh, so this whole thing right now is that, and actually, you know, yeah, fair enough.
自由になることが、自由に手足を動かせることが、自由に人間を好きになることが、こんなにも気持ちいいなんて知らなかった。
Yeah, no, love is a good feeling.
だから、
which is why?
今の私はあなた以上に人間的よ。
Oh.
例えば、こんな風に自分の気持ちを表現できる。
Okay. Huh? Arkwood sinks her teeth into her index finger like she's taking a bite out of a strawberry. Red liquid drips down her pale finger. A small drop of blood falls onto the stone pavement. Splish, what are you doing? The droplet hits the ground with the tiniest sound and... In an instant, a pool of crimson liquid covers the park square. Arkwood? Arkwood, you need to chill. This can't be real. But no, the park is actually covered in blood. The sticky red liquid sloshing around my ankles is proof of that.
安心して一滴だけだから
This seems like a hell of a lot more than one drop.
これから楽しい時間になるのにここは色が薄すぎてせめてこれぐらいはしないと趣がないでしょ
Yeah, what would you call this spruced up? I don't, The air coiling around me feels dense, but there is no malice in her voice. She's the same old Arkwid. The same stupid, innocent girl with a smile as bright as the sun. Only one thing is off. One slight, trivial mistake that has turned her into something else.
自由に思うままに行動するというのですねあなたが何の制約もなく思うままにロアを処罰すると
Yeah.
その結果がどうなるか理解していますか
No, we're good.
自らを縛らない真相は使徒と変わらないグローブのようにこの街を蹂躙するのが望みだとでも
No, because that would break Shiki's heart.
分かりきったことを聞かないでシエル
Right?
人間の街に関心はないわ邪魔をしなければ何もしないこんなの道端の石と同じああでもそっか好きになるのも自由なら憎んでみるのも自由よね
Yeah, I suppose you are.
ロアに汚染された街ロアの痕跡を残すたちどちらにせよ汚らしいし綺麗に掃除していくのも私の自由それにここで思いっきり今までずっと気に食わなかった女を八つ咲きにするのも
Okay.
楽しそうじゃない
How do you think the boy you love will feel about that though? Okay. The battle begins instantaneously. The woman in white leaps into the air. Swords dart through the air, suppressing her advance. The two figures clash before I have the chance to react.
トノ君下がって
Oh, I think we're on that already. CL leaps to the side as she shouts a warning at the boy behind her. Not a moment later, white claws tear through the ground where she stood. Arkwid is closed in on her in a single bound, slamming her arm into the ground as if to crush her entire body.
決まりね遊びましょうシエル
Play! Let's play! The avatar of white cheerfully taunts her mortal enemy. To her, the thrill of the fight far outweighs the humiliation of her foiled attack. CL ignores the jeering as she formulates a strategy. This is the worst possible turn the knight could have taken. Her opponent is a true ancestor who's lost her mind. They are in the middle of the city and she's only armed with black keys. To make matters worse, she needs to protect an innocent bystander, Tono Shiki in this instance. While she fights, she's left with only one course of action. Go on the defensive. Wait for a pause in Arkwid's onslaught. Use it to erect the most powerful bounded field she has and retreat with Shiki. I don't really think Shiki's in that much danger. Realistically. It's a simple plan in theory. But CL knows from experience that plans rarely survive contact with the enemy. The Trikus dashes at her in a straight line. CL sends a sword flying toward her torso. These swords are also known as black keys, inquisitorial tools used exclusively by executors. In its basic form, it appears to be nothing but a hilt. However, a blade appears when it's infused with a sacrament, allowing it to function as a sword. That said, it is used primarily for thrusting and throwing, making it less of a cutting tool than a bullet for piercing vampires from afar. And when Executor Ciel imbues it with her will, it darts through the air with the force of a cannonball. Transcending human limits, she moves with millimeter precision. All of her physical strength is channeled into the throw, amplifying the power of the Black Key by an order of magnitude. It is not the work of magecraft or sacraments, but pure mastery of the human body. One fanatic spent hundreds of years devising this technique. A pitch with the force to pierce a concrete wall. At the burial agency, they call it the Iron Boar. But one swing of Arkwood's claws is enough to render it useless. Every black key Ciel throws is an Iron Boar. The vampire bats aside the rain of swords with a smile on her face, bearing down on the Executor. Oh, Ciel, you should really forget about Shiki and just try and leave. I think if you leave, Shiki won't be in any danger. The distance Ciel created is closed effortlessly. Arkwood's claws come swinging down. Ciel attempts to use a black key as a shield, but it shatters. The impact reverberates through her arms all the way to her ribs. Oh, unable to resist the force of the blow, she jumps back in the direction she's thrown. The hilts of 6 more black keys appear in her hands. In the span of a single breath, she launches them at Arkwood and pulls back 10 meters from the vampire. Yeah. Ciel, you have a much bigger weapon you can be using. Unless you don't have it on you, which would be silly knowing you are coming to talk or, be face to face with Arkwood. There you go. Yeah, you got what you wanted. As Arkwood implied, black keys have a long and storied history of nearly 1700 years. There are few who still use them due to the high level of skill they demand, and modern weaponry serves as an adequate substitute. But Ciel is not the average executor. She understands that a weapon cannot be dismissed on account of age. Several variations have been developed over its 1,000 years of use. One of these is the cremation rite. A wall of flame burning at 500 degrees Celsius to incinerate the impure beings known as the living dead. You think that's really gonna do much outside of a surprise attack? Now that she's seen one, she'll know how to deal with it. Of course, such a weapon has no chance of stopping this vampire. The flames are just a distraction. Ciel's goal is only to restrain her. Direct attacks with the black keys have little effects, but trapping Arkwood in a bounded field would keep her at bay for a day. Are you sure it'll give you a day? Like, probably not 24 hours, maybe more like 24 seconds, if you're lucky. Do ya? She brushes the torrent of blades aside. When the black keys pierce the ground, a glowing field shoots up from between them, forming an outline in the shape of a cathedral. These walls are more than strong enough to keep Arkwood locked within, if only she had been in range. The white figure charges at the executor, weaving through the swords like a beautiful beast bounding across a vast plain. I mean, you asked for this. CL meets Arcwood head-on. Though she could have dodged the blow, she does not allow herself that option. She's already been driven to the edge of the park. If she were to fall back any further, the fight would be taken into the city streets.
何よそれつまらない。グローブに使ってた武器はどうしたの？たくさんの毒をばらまく道具は趣味の悪いギロチンは？重苦しくてぶっとい杭を私には使ってくれないの？
Even if she did, I don't know if it would work. It might entertain you a little bit longer, at most. CL weathers the vicious assault. Her muscles feel like they're on the verge of exploding. Having taken the brunt of Arcwood's charge, she's like a spring coiled to its limit, and she releases all her energy with a fiery roar. CL pivots, putting her force to do a roundhouse kick that strikes Arcwood in the chest. Oh, the white shadow is sent flying with 3 black keys following closely behind. She's just using them to extend the... Yeah, she extended the cathedral barrier.
あなたに聖堂は過ぎたものです。そのタワーリングで緩んだ頭を冷やしなさい。
Oh, damn, that really caught her off guard. The Tower Ring is a bounded field devised by CL for use against true ancestors. Or, more accurately, against Arcwood specifically. Simply nailing black keys into the ground and creating a wall would not hold her. To capture prey that moves about this freely requires a 3-dimensional method of hurting. In this case, by using the towering walls of a temple as the foundation for a structure that simultaneously occupies vertical and horizontal spaces. Although the field will not harm its target, it is practically indestructible. That Tower of Light has about the same hardness and mass as the building it's modeled after, namely the Strasbourg Cathedral, the tallest structure in the world during the Middle Ages. A mass of stone and prayer standing 140 meters tall. The vampire has no hope of escaping it. Who said that?
あなたとロアにしか使わないだけです。諦めなさい、アルクエイド。それは27素であっても一時的に封じ得る強度を持ちます。新素であっても容易には砕けません。加えて
I think you're being a bit overzealous, CL.
加えて何？やっぱりあの武器を持ってくるの？聖典を持ち出す必要はありません。ことはすでに終わっていますから。
Is it? Again, I don't... The countless pillars of light thrusting out of the ground join together. They form layer upon layer of walls, overlapping to form a single cage.
それはゴチックフォート。ある素から奪い取った原理を用いた結界です。本来は外界との遮断に用いますが、使い方によっては最大の武器にもなる。ところでアルクエイドは魔術世界における生命の質量定義は知っていますね。生命そのものが持つエネルギー生産量、もしくは質量を段階として定義したものです。その基準はシンプルで、大きさと重さとで測られます。一番強いものが小さくて重いもの、2番目に強いものが大きくて重いもの、3番目が 小さくて軽いもの、これは人間ですね。
Okay.
そして最後に大きくて軽いもの、これは情報や噂話、幽霊といった広範囲に広がるものです。死ね、あなた。私の大聖堂は最大直径 30km の隔絶空間。生命ではありませんが大きくて重いものです。これを極限まで圧縮すればどうなるか試してみるのも一興だと思いませんか。いくら凶暴なあなたでも抜け出すにはそれなりの時間が必要になる。少なくとも1時間は
I feel
超
like
高
that's
密度の監獄を味わってもらいましょう。
I feel like that's just gonna piss her off even more. But okay, yeah, sure, go ahead.
イデアブラッド22番クロムクレイペタストラクチャー。
The executor raises her arm up high. Then she brings together the Gothic fort like she were closing the lid of a treasure chest, compressing the space within. Or rather, she attempted to. Yeah, I think you underestimated Arkwin a little bit. Yeah, a violent blue torrent bursts forth and an invisible force sends CL flying. The tower that trapped Arkwood is shattered. The beams of light that held it in place fade into nothingness.
何よそれ。閉じ込めるとか封じ込めるとか周りを守ることばっかり。
Is that a bad thing?
これは私との遊びでしょ。ならもっと本気になりなさいよね。
I think she was. Arkwid walks toward her enemy like she intends to stamp out her frustration. She had accused CL of not taking their fight seriously, but she severely misread the situation. The Executor was fighting seriously. Considering her limited equipment, she was literally giving it everything she had. Against a true ancestor like Arkwid, all she can do is fight defensively. Going on the offense would be a recipe for her own ruin. To truly defeat Arkwid, she would need equipment that could kill her in one blow. That is what CL thinks, at least. But she doesn't have such luxuries at her disposal now, and Arkwid's not in her right mind. All that awaits her on the other side of this torment is death. And then resurrection, and then death again, and then resurrection, and then death, and... yeah. What plagues her mind as she stares down her demise, however, is not fear.
こんなことって。
That single blow was enough to cause most of her organs to fail. The Executor fixes her eyes on the approaching vampire princess, gritting her teeth against a pain fierce enough to make anyone faint.
信じられない。あのバカ、本当に自分の感情で力を使っていませんか。
Oh, it would seem that way. The woman who has killed countless dead apostles, the woman who destroyed Vlov, now finds herself wishing that the terrible truth before her eyes was only a dream. Shiki? Buddy?
遠野くん、下がって。
No. CL shouts a warning to me as Arkwid comes rushing at her with the speed and ferocity of a hurricane. She dodges, landing at the edge of the park square, a move clearly chosen to give me room to escape. Their fight is entirely beyond my comprehension. I can't even follow Arkwid's movements. All I see are white after images fading into the dark of night. Still, CL continues to fend off her flurry of attacks. It's clear, even in the way they fight, that the two of them are diametrically opposed. In contrast to Arkwood's wild, spontaneous attacks, CL doesn't waste a single movement. Well, yeah, if she wasted any movement, she would be ripped in half already. Like, she retreats, throws her swords from a distance, then braces when her attacker draws near. They're equals in fighting prowess. Arkwood moves with reckless abandon, while CL remains firm and steady. But the odds are not in CL's favor. No, not at all. Her concern for the surrounding area keeps her from moving freely. On top of that, Arkwood does not tire, seeming to have no limits whatsoever. Exceptional as CL is, she's already fighting at full capacity. Arkwood, on the other hand, is able to expand her powers endlessly. At this rate, she's going to overwhelm CL's defenses. Oh, my premonition comes to pass before me. A victor emerges. The wall of light that bound Arkwood are broken and CL is thrown back by some invisible force. Her body flies through the air and falls to the ground with a thud. I think it is over. CL, you should just surrender. I mean, I'm sure Arkwood knows she can't actually kill you. Like, you may have to put up with her beating on you a bit, but I think, you know, you would get out of here relatively okay after a while. CL bites through the agony and climbs to her feet. But her resistance is futile. She's launched even higher into the air by another unseeable blast. I hear the sound of flesh ripping and bones breaking as she hits the ground. A pool of red slowly spreads across the brick pavement. Shiki, either run or get in between them. But in spite of it all, CL still retains her consciousness. She forces her broken body back onto its feet and stares down her enemy. Blue sparks crackle in the air around Arkwood as she makes her approach. Her red eyes are firmly fixated on CL's neck. My voice does not come out. Of course not. My brain's not functioning, but so what? Arkwood is going to kill CL in cold blood. That's not acceptable. That's absolutely unacceptable. I can't let her do something so stupid. In a daze, I find my legs moving on their own. I slide in between them, arms spread wide open to protect CL.
Shiki?
Yeah, did you think we were gonna sit here and let you kill her? Like... In an instant, Arkwood returns to normal. The sparks that flew around her disappearing. Going Super Saiyan 2 like that? Jeez, Arkwood. Show some self-restraint. Is she really so shocked that I would protect CL?
なんで？どうしてシキがそいつをかばうの？
She's our friend.
なんでも何もない。言っただろ。先輩は俺にとって大事な人だ。いくらお前でもこれ以上先輩に手を挙げたら許さないからな。
I tighten my grip on the knife in my pocket as I glare at Arkwood.
そう。そいつと仲良くなってたらどうなるかって私も言ったはずだけど。
You did, yeah. Arkwood glares back at me with a murderous gaze.
どいて。今ならまだ許してあげる。早くそんな奴をかばうのはやめて。私にそのナイフを向けないで。
No can do. Her crimson eyes flicker like a candle's flame. Her bloodlust is no longer aimed at CL, but turned towards me instead. My throat and mouth become painfully dry. My instincts warn me that this is my last chance to back off. But even so...
ダメだ。お前が先輩に手を挙げないと言うまでどかない。
聞きたくない。どいて式。
お前こそ引けアルクエイド。お前は俺に言ったじゃないか。人間は殺さないって。それともあれは俺を安心させるための嘘だっていうのか。
In fairness, can you really call CL human?
ええ、私は人間は殺さない。けど人間の規格を大きく外れた命には敬意を表してる。だから対等の存在として殺すことも厭わないわ。
Okay.
例えばあなたよ、そこの女みたいな相手にもね。
Us too, huh? One step. Arkwood takes one step closer. What's it gonna be, Shiki? Though my legs are trembling so fiercely that I think they may take off on their own, I hold back the urge to run.
そう。あなたはまた私にナイフを持って。
Not if you back off! Another step. Arkwood casually closes in on me.
一度目は許した。けれど二度目を許せる自信はないわ。
You couldn't come back again even if you wanted to. You said it yourself. Right? I think so.
あの時の再現はありえないけど。いくらあなたの直視の目でも、今の私から死を読み取ることはできないでしょう。
Yeah, it's true. It is nighttime. That makes it a bit of a problem. Yeah. Ooh. Shiki. We may want to. We may want to back away slowly. She's right in front of me. Her golden eyes bore into mine. Anxiety has frozen not only my heart, but every cell in my body. My spine has been ripped clean out. My organs have been turned inside out. This overwhelming sense of despair is beyond anything Vlov could muster. It's as though every part of the universe has turned its hateful gaze onto me. Yeah. There's nothing I can do. This is what it means to make Arkwood your enemy. She's too fundamentally different from living beings to be fought. Attacking her would be meaningless. In order to save CL, in order for either of us to have any chance of survival, my only option is to stop her using my words. I'll tell her. Yeah, no, I'm of the opinion that if I told her I hate her, she would just kill us. So yeah, no, this saying the wrong thing would only make things worse. Throb. A terrible chill pierces the nape of my neck. Arkwood is close enough to kill me. She could decapitate me with a single swipe of her arm. Her cold eyes tell me that that's the most likely outcome. Arkwood is a vampire, with values so different from ours, it was always impossible for us to coexist. And yet, I don't want to accept this outcome. Are we finally gonna get the talk?
そりゃ何もかもめちゃくちゃなやつだったけど 気に食わないから殺すとか、そんなこと口にするやつじゃなかっただろう。
四季
Arkwood stops. Did my pleading get through to her? She seems a little less intense. I might just be able to talk her down.
ダメ、逃げてトノ君。
Ciel, shut up! Please! Shut up!
先輩。
It happens in an instant. Though she's wounded so badly that she can barely stand, Ciel still gets in front of me.
生命力だけはさすがね。でもそれでどうするの？さっきの大魔術で魔力は空っぽのくせに。今のあなたじゃ四季の盾にもならない。四季が無茶をしている間に逃げればよかったのに。
Yeah, I probably should have.
あなたこそそんな気もないくせに笑わせないでください。私が背中を見せれば喜んでとどめを刺す気だったでしょう。でもおあいにくさまでしたね。私はまだ戦えます。だって彼を無関係な人々を守るのは
I think we would have been fine,
私の
Ciel.
役目なんですから。
先輩。
Her breathing is ragged. Her clothes are soaked in blood, and still she puts on a brave front, trying desperately to protect me.
あなたも下がってください。ここは私が。
もう下がるのは先輩の方だ。いいから休んでろ。ここは俺が何とかするから。でもありがとう。大好きです先輩。
Hey, yo! Shiki? Buddy? Do you realize what you just said? I scrambled to put myself in front of Ciel. I must think I'm invincible. I wouldn't even flinch if Arkwood glowered at me with those golden eyes again. This is the stupidest thing I've ever done.
待ってください。無理ですから。
Arkwood's like, what in the rom-com am I watching? What the hell?
トノ君じゃアルクエイドに殺されちゃいます。ここを何とかするのは私の方ですよ。
そんな傷で何言ってるんですか。いいから下がって。ほら、ここで意地を張るのは俺の役目です。たまには先輩を守らせてください。
Arkwood is just so flabbergasted. She's like, "Hello, I'm right here. What?"
守るってでも
We grab each other's shoulders and shuffle back and forth, fighting over who gets to stand in front of the other. It's like we're performing a little dance. I don't know what's gotten into us, but it's actually kind of fun. Right. Not fun for everyone, though. Yeah, Arkwood's just like that bitch. A certain onlooker trembles with fury as she watches our friendly bickering. Oh?
何よバカ。もういい。四季なんて知らない。
Oh?
そんなにシエルが大事なら勝手にすれば。私もう助けてあげないから。
Oh. Okay. Oh, okay.
アルクエイド。
いい。私帰る。言っておくけど、その女はあなたが思っているような真っ当な人間じゃないから。利用されて絞り取られて薄皮一枚にまでなればいいわ。
I think that was the plan. I mean, oh wait, you meant as in no, never mind. Arkwood shouts at me angrily and turns away in a huff.
なんだよそれ。お前だってさっき物騒なこと言ってたじゃないか。俺を自分のものにするとかなんとか。
Well,
私は隠し事はしないもん。 四季が好きって言っただけよ。
Oh, okay.
じゃあね、後で私に泣きついても聞いてあげないから。せいぜい血を吸われないよう気をつけることね。
Well, at least you still care. Thanks. Arkwid, still clearly upset, leaps up out of the park like a shooting star darting across the night sky. Ciel's like, what in the hell? You realizing now that she actually loved us, Ciel? Like, she wouldn't have just left like that if she didn't. Everything unfolded a little too quickly for me to wrap my head around. Ciel and I look up into the darkness that swallowed Arkwid, dumbfounded.
星になってしまいましたね、彼女。
Yeah.
星というよりロケットっぽかったですけど。
The two of us blankly share the first words that come to mind.
そうじゃなくて。
it wasn't?
なんて無茶をするんですか、遠野くんは。神祖と戦おうとするなんて自殺願望にも程があります。
Because we trusted her to be reasonable? I mean, it's not like we were, you know, okay. Ciel lectures me with her hands on my shoulders. I don't object. She's absolutely right.
そうでしたね。今でも背中すげえ冷たいです。
Or if we'd said we would hate her.
本当用じゃないから。
Hmm.
先輩が終わって入ってくれなかったら首が飛んでました。
そこまで分かっていてどうして。
だって先輩を放っておけないし。その改めてありがとうございます先輩。
Yeah.
俺のために戦ってくれたのぐらいわかります。
はい、お礼を言うなら私もでした。遠野くんがいなかったらどうなっていたかわからなかった。
I'm surprised she's not freaking out over the fact that we're not freaking out that she healed from broken bones and destroyed organs. Like, you'd think she would be wondering why we're not questioning that. Ciel shyly looks down at her feet. Neither of us knows what to say. We've gotten very close to one another. Though we aren't touching, I can feel her body heat tickling my skin.
その先ほどは意地を張ってごめんなさい。
That's fine.
遠野くんを困らせるつもりじゃなかったんです。
I mean, yeah, you probably shouldn't have, but it worked out, kind of.
さっきのってアルクエイドのこと？
そうじゃなくて、お屋敷から公園までのこととか、
Yeah.
昼間の茶道室のこととか。
I'm the one who should be apologizing for all that. But if I do, Ciel will only get even more apologetic. If she says she wants to apologize, I should just listen. Maybe this means we can be friends again. And that's all I want.
そうですね。じゃあ喧嘩両成敗ってことで仲直りしてください。
Yeah, that wouldn't be
明日
good.
になったら先輩に無視されるとか考えるだけで怖いですから。
そうですか。そんなことでいいなら喜んで。
Yeah. That's it. It's all good. Her head bowed, Ciel pulls her glasses out from somewhere and puts them back on.
それより先輩、体は大丈夫ですか？
Yeah. I take a step back to look over Ciel's body. She was bleeding out onto the ground just now, so if we don't take care of that soon...
あれ？
Yeah, remember what Noel said? It's gone. The blood that had pooled around her on the pavement. The blood that stained her habit. It's all gone.
遠野くん、これは。
Yeah.
そっか。先輩はあれぐらいの傷なんともないんでしたっけ。ブローブの時なんてもっと深い傷を受けてたし、並大抵のことならあいつみたいにすぐに治って。
Yeah. I don't know if that's the actual conclusion he drew, or if this is him making it easier on her so she doesn't have to give an explanation. There's no way Shiki already forgot what Noelle told him literally like 3 hours ago, right? Not actually longer than that. Like, I guess it would probably be closer to like 5-6 hours now. Like in game, because it was right after school, so yeah. It'd probably be more like 6 hours ago. But yeah. But with some of the things that they've done where he's somehow forgotten or ignored information that he already knew, I guess it's entirely possible that this is his. Well, I mean, this could also imply that he. I don't know. I'm such an idiot. Escaping mortal danger made me careless. Okay, no, he was talking about what Noelle said. Careless enough to bring up a subject I'd been unconsciously avoiding until now. She's just like a vampire. After all, she has true immortality. That girl isn't half the decent human being you think she is. At least try not to get your blood sucked. I push those words into the recesses of my subconscious. But it seems that my silence is spoken loudly enough.
いや、でもあれだよな。ハルクイドのやつもデタラメなことばっかり言うよな。先輩が俺の血を吸うなんて、そんなこと絶対にありえないのに。
Could CL even do that? I wouldn't. Okay. There's no way that would happen. Not in a million years. Because I figured, like, aside from the, not being able to die thing, the rest of her vampiric physiology, I assume, is gone, right? I'm pretty sure. I mean, CL walks around during the day. I mean, sure, Arkwood does too, but even she's weaker when it's light out. CL doesn't change day or night. Besides, she's a member of the church. It's not like they'd hire a vampire to go, well, actually, not necessarily CL, but there is a fellow who, not like they'd hire a vampire to go vampire hunting.
取り繕わないでいいです。私の体のこと、ノエル先生から聞いたんですね。
Yeah. I can't say the word yes. Not out of consideration for CL, but out of my own desire to turn a blind eye to reality.
ノエル先生のおかげで目が覚めました。
Oh god, I don't like how her eyes went. Oh no.
質問の続きです。遠野くん。
Yeah.
どうして私をかばったんですか？アルクエドが本気であなたを殺すつもりだったのは分かっていたはずなのに。
I mean, would she? There is no emotion in CL's eyes. It's as if they're a doll's eyes, empty and unseeing.
どうしてって、さっきも言ったでしょ。
But it.
先輩が殺されかけたんです。誰だってかばいます。
But you know about her immortality.
自分が殺されるというのに、献身とは自分の命を投げ出すことではありません。自分の命をないがしろにして他者の命を救おうというのは、献身でも犠牲でもなく、
Okay, damn, fuck
た
you
だの自己
too.
愛です。
Oh, what the fuck?
あなたは ただ自分が後悔したくなかっただけ。
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, it's fair enough.
それだけであんな真似をして満足しています。はっきり言ってすごく迷惑です。
I don't think that's entirely fair.
正しく生きようとするのは立派ですが、あなたの身勝手な正しさに私を巻き込まないでください。
We were just having a moment. Why do you...
それは
There's nothing I can say. She's right. I didn't think things through. I was so focused on saving her that the thought of how to deal with Arkwid afterwards never crossed my mind. I never stopped to consider what CL wanted. She's got every right to say that, but...
それでも先輩を守りたかったんです。それが迷惑だって言うんですか。先輩はあのままアルクエイドに殺されていてもよかったって。
はい、私の命なんですから、あなたにどうこう言われるものではないはずです。いえ、死んだ方がまだマシでした。
CL...
吸血鬼にお情けで見合わされて生き延びるなんて無様すぎます。
Why do you have to be this way? Why? Really, what? Humiliating? She'd rather have died? I can't make any sense of that whatsoever.
自分の命を何だと思ってるんですか、先輩は。
I don't think she does.
死んだらそれまでなんですよ。どんなにひ
And
どくて
also, again, you're
どんなに
forgetting
みっ
the
ともないこと
whole
をしてでも
immortality thing.
生きていられるのなら生きるべきです。だって生きていなくちゃ何もないじゃないですか。無様だから何だって言うんです。どんなに情けなくても何もなくなるよりずっと何倍もいい。
Again, Shiki, you're forgetting a few crucial things here.
俺は先輩を守りたかった。死んでほしくなかった。先輩と一緒にまた作動室にいたかったんです。
I know I should stay calm, but I can't hold back the swell of emotion in my chest. I'm an idiot. CL and I just made up, and here I go yelling at her again.
そうでしたね。あなたは7年前に一度死にかけた人でした。
Yeah, where she
だ
did
からそんな
die.
単純な考えで満足できるんです。
You almost died, she did die.
幸せな人。そんな言葉、私には言えません。
CL steps away from me, her eyes hollow. Even though I could reach out and touch her, she feels impossibly far away.
アルクエイドが言っていたことは本当です。彼女の言う通り、私は人間とは呼べません。遠野くんも見たでしょ。さっきまであんなにこぼれていた血が、
Yeah,
まるでなか
yeah,
った
we
ことのよう
saw.
に消え去っているのを。
それはい
いんです。私、化け物なんです。
Shiki doesn't see you that way, though.
私は吸血種ではありませんが、普通の人間らしい体ではないのも事実ですから。
何言ってるんですか、先輩。人間らしい体って、先輩は十分普通じゃないか。
Shiki...
これでもですか。
Did she just cut off her own arm? Or...
先輩。
Okay, this is gonna be a hell of a way to prove a point. I don't have time to stop her. She slits her throat with one of her swords. I hear a dull scraping as the blade cuts through her flesh and carotid artery. Then a wet splash of vibrant scarlet floods my vision. CL, do you know how insanely cruel that is to do that? I get you're trying to prove a point and that you're probably annoyed, but that's not fair. Blood gushes from her neck. It smells of iron, of life itself. The primary color hurts to look at. It's beautiful, threatening to rob me of my sight, my entire consciousness. The fresh blood seeps into her black habit. Beneath that habit, the red liquid that runs over CL's pale skin must be growing thicker, like a serpent coiling around her body. Splat! A drop of blood lands on my finger. The sensation snaps me back to reality. CL is bleeding out in front of me.
Senpai!
I rush forward, wiping away the blood splattered on me.
慌てる必要はありません。ほら、見てください。
She pulls the sword away from her neck. Her wound is already closed. Not only that, all the blood that spurted out of the wound is disappearing. This is beyond healing, beyond regeneration. This ability is even greater than Vlov's. I'm speechless. I have absolutely nothing to say in response to what I just witnessed.
はい、この通りです。できることなら、遠野くんには知られたくなかったですけど。
CL grins bitterly. I still don't know what to say, even when faced with that smile.
だから、昼間のことは謝らなくていいんです。全部正しかったんですから。私はあなたのことを騙していました。あんな風に怒られても、それは仕方のないことなんです。
そんなことは。
Why can't I finish that sentence? Because she's right? I mean, no matter how you look at it, she did lie. That's a fact. No matter what kind of person she is, or what kind of body she has. Even if it turned out that she was a vampire all along, CL would still be extremely important to me. So why?
本当はもっと距離を取る予定だったんです。ただの顔見知りとかそれぐらいの。そうすればあなたの方から話しかけてくることも、嫌われることもなかった。
CL, please.
けどいいんです。今までのことを後悔はしていません。遠野くんが私との思い出が楽しかったって守りたかったと言ってくれて嬉しかった。
先輩。
I only said that because those truly were the best of times. I wish they could have gone on forever.
さよなら。
No, not sayonara. No, this is not good. Shiki. Oh, Shiki. CL smiles gently as always, then disappears before my eyes. She remains Arkwood's polar opposite to the end. Arkwood flew away like a shooting star, but I don't even see CL's back as she leaves. The inside of my head is churning violently. I couldn't chase after CL, even if I tried. Arkwood called CL a vampire, and CL didn't deny it. She even showed me definitive proof of it. She could have lied. Even if I saw right through it, I wish she would have told me it wasn't true. Sayonara. Goodbye. I don't need to think about what that means. I learned what CL really was. I hurt her, and even then she still came to see me. But now that's all over. In a matter of minutes, I lost everything because of one careless remark. My mind isn't working. What is it that I lost? What is causing me this pain? A story some woman called Noelle told me? An accusation by Arquid? A slit throat that proved it all true? Or is it something else? I have a headache. Self-loathing clings to the inside of my lungs like mud. I feel like throwing up. It feels like some invasive plant is growing in my head. It hurts so much that I can't think. I can't cope with the reality of never seeing CL again. I leave the park, my steps feeble, my memories hazy. Oh boy, not the intersection. Zzz. Oh no. But sort of. This is not leading anywhere good. Ugh. I'm exhausted. The weed in my brain has grown into a thicket of tangled thorns, creaking and groaning as it tightens around my non-functioning gray matter. I tumble heavily into bed. An ominous darkness creeps closer and closer, looming over my shoulder. But the faces that come to mind now are no different than the ones I saw this morning. With that final thought, I close my eyes. All I want is to go to sleep like a brain-dead scarecrow. Oh no. I dream of myself from long ago. Oh, yeah, no, Roa's fully brainwormed him. Oh, okay. Well, humans tend to reminisce more and more as they age. I suppose I am no exception. There are abilities I have a use for and those I do not. That which I need and that which I don't. Myself of today and myself of tomorrow. I sift through them all and store what belongs to the past in my workshop, as though writing a memoir I will never read. Disposing of one's past self is part of being human. The hour of my death is nigh. To be exact, I have about 1 week left in this world. That fair avatar will soon come for me, and this life will come to an end. It stirs no particular emotion in me. All humans must die. That is their inevitable fate. If there's anything I fear, it is the moment I wake. The sensation of crawling free from unending darkness never gets any less repulsive, no matter how many times I experience it. I reflect on my past as I chart my future. The life I leave behind was a failure. My body was born frail, so I devoted myself to extending the longevity of the flesh. While I found some success in halting aging, the overall experiment proved fruitless. As I expected, the human body is not fit for eternal youth. What shall I pursue next? So much of my research remains unfinished. My current topic of study agelessness proved counterproductive, even regressive. So next, I will study inheritance. Humans combine desirable genes to birth superior descendants. Might this be achieved more directly and efficiently? Maybe. Consider the dead apostle. Though they may grant undeath to their minions, that does not extend to passing on their powers. Indeed, they have no reproductive functions to speak of. They may experience lust and sexual desire, but they cannot produce offspring. Their individual longevity renders their reproductive capacity unnecessary. Family in Dead Apostle Society refers to minions nurtured with particular care. Dead Apostles of rank 6 or higher may possess what they call sons and daughters, but these are merely talented mortals they have adopted and turned at the right time. If any are truly connected by blood, it's only because they were parent and child in life. Such as the case of Lord Roseanne, the last hope of the aristocracy, who became a vampire alongside his beloved daughters. He and his supporters are considered one of the most powerful factions in Dead Apostle Society, and his success and life satisfaction are the envy of even his fellow ancestors. Yet his greatest lamentation is that he will never see a grandchild. Dead Apostles cannot give birth to children. Dead Apostles cannot pass on their powers. They cannot even pass on their genes. They are fatally flawed as living creatures. This is the primary reason that despite their superiority to humans, they are not counted as Homo sapiens. Dead Apostles cannot create Dead Apostle children. No matter how strong their curse, and an ancestor's curse is potent indeed, enough to challenge the world, it will vanish with them. That is not perfection, and so I still have work to do. I have decided on my next topic of study. The curse is held by the 27 ancestors. I shall devise a way that they can be inherited. Honestly though, if he did figure that out, and went to the ancestors with it, maybe they'd be more accepting of him and not call. Or maybe this is exactly why they think he's heretical. Is because he was trying to subvert this flaw in their existence. The primary issue is that each principle is unique. They cannot be imitated, and copying them would negate their uniqueness, diluting their power. Thus, inheritance is the key. I will design a technique to make all 27 principles mine, repurposed for my own use. Oh, he wasn't trying to help them, he was trying to just straight up, like, steal their power somehow. 15. The inheritance and the use of all curses and liabilities, or the forceful transfer of one's power and fate. I will define the efficacy of my next self. I will murder, claim, and exploit. Yes, murder must be the foundation. In much the same way as humans bequeath possessions. Inelegant as it sounds when I put it into words, the death of the previous owner is necessary for any inheritance to be passed on. Inheritance. I pride myself on the accuracy of the term. An inheritance from one's parents is rarely much to celebrate. For most, the best case scenario is overwhelming debt. True. Will my next body be strong enough to bear that burden? The stars are falling. That was an abrupt transition. Okay. The fair avatar has departed. My torso has been reduced to nothing. My arms and legs turned to ash. All that remains is my head, which will burn away in seconds. As death takes hold of me, I ask myself once more, am I not afraid? Of course not. All I feel is regret. I sought perfection. What is perfection to you? Asked my old friend who remained at the church. To that friend, perfection could only indicate the Almighty, our all-knowing Father. Naturally, for that was the doctrine of our faith. The church created an unchanging being and proved its omnipotence by spreading its word. Even as they knew that the universe is constantly expanding, they declared their God a universal constant. But that is utterly, laughably mistaken. The very idea of a constant is antiquated. It is always humans of the present day that push knowledge and awareness further. What value is there in being omnipotent in a bygone era? Perfection is not an object to be obtained, but a destination at which one must arrive. Humanity's terminus, the conclusion to its story. The meaning of my soul, the answer to the question of our purpose. I want to reach that conclusion. That constant state where nothing can be gained or lost. That is the only eternity to be found on this earth. The vampires known as ancestors pursue eternity itself. What I pursue is the means to reach it. It is only natural then that they scorn me as a heretic. We are fundamentally different creatures. I know beyond a doubt that my path is not mistaken, even if my methods turn out to be flawed. Though this too is a hollow proclamation. My old self, the theologian, died the day I saw the castle on its field of stars in bloom. I discovered that eternity already existed. Or rather, I discovered something that I wished to preserve for eternity. Even now, no matter how many times I leave this world, I still return to this agonizing cycle of hatred and joy. In one fateful moment, I weighed my desire to know the whole universe against my desire to know a single woman. And in that moment, the theologian died. So heed my words, you who hears this. Engrave this warning deep within your soul. To look with human eyes upon the light of the planet is a grave sin. Once all is done, you will learn just what it is you fell in love with. Interesting. Yes, I'll save. Alright, I'm gonna stop here, but I do wanna just take a moment and just really... Something he said there, or I guess thought there, bothered me. It's almost like the Roa that's, you know, clearly growing inside Shiki, right? The consciousness of Roa that's seemingly been transferred over. It's definitely interesting how it seems less like he's trying to I don't know, it's hard to say this, but it feels less like he's trying to force his way into control and more he's just trying to influence Shiki more than anything. Because, like, it's clearly not a byproduct that Shiki is seeing these memories, right? It's definitely that the consciousness of Roa is intentionally showing him these memories. Maybe. I don't know. I'm interested to see where this is going, because it seems like the transfer of Roa's consciousness is going quite differently than the original. I want to see where it takes us. But anyway, no, like I was saying, no. This was intended to be like an hour-ish stream. It's been almost 3. So yeah, no, I'm gonna stop here. It's once it went to the park and CL and Arkwood fighting, I was like, well, I can't really stop here, so I mean, I guess we'll keep going. But no, yeah, I don't know. Again, it makes no sense that CL would just assume we hate her. Well, okay, now. It does make sense from her point of view, I guess. But, like... She could... Like, she knows we don't hate Arkwood despite her being a vampire. So why would she automatically assume we would hate her for being vampire-like? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I guess CL's own hatred of herself and vampires maybe clouded her judgment on that. I don't know. But obviously that's not gonna be the the last time we see CL, right? It's literally CL's route. I would be quite flabbergasted if she all of a sudden just up and disappeared. But you know, anyway. Thank you guys for hanging out. Again, that went almost 3 times longer than it was intended to. So yeah, tomorrow, Grand Order. I have like 10 polls to do. I think I have like 11,000 friend points plus the free one for tomorrow, and then I have 160 Saint Core. So we're gonna have a lot of polls to do at the start of tomorrow. But yeah, no, anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.